Well, hey everybody, I am Rebecca and welcome to another Exploring Atlanta video. I hope that you are doing well today. I certainly am. I am standing here in the Summerhill neighborhood in Atlanta, just a hop, skip, and a jump from downtown, really in walking distance. Now, this Summerhill neighborhood served as the primary site for the 1996 Atlanta Summer Olympics. It was part of a redevelopment effort which constructed the 85,000-seat Centennial Olympic Stadium, now owned by Georgia State University, at the corner of Georgia Avenue and Hank Aaron Drive. And I'm standing here on Hank Aaron Drive, which fundamentally started to alter the landscape of this neighborhood and contributed to the gentrification of this area. We're going to be talking about that. We're just going to walk around and give you some history and show you the new Summerhill neighborhood. Before we start our little excursion today, if you're enjoying the video and you want to support the channel, please hit like, subscribe, and that alert bell before you go. Now come along and walk with me. Okay, so we are going to start our tour here on Hank Aaron Drive in front of Windsor Apartments. Now, behind the complex is where the old Atlanta Fulton County Stadium was located before it was demolished, and we're going to come back to that. But this is Summerhill, and this is the revitalized area. And it is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Atlanta, and it's sandwiched between the Grant Park neighborhood to the east and the Mechanicsville neighborhood to the west. And this is where freed slaves and Jewish immigrants settled after the Civil War in 1865, and it ultimately became a predominantly African American neighborhood. It was considered the most prosperous African American neighborhood during the early 20th century. Now, it wasn't renowned like your Sweet Auburn type of millionaires' prosperity. No, this was a working class residential area and a thriving hub for Black-owned businesses. This Windsor complex, I want to say it was constructed in the early 2000s. Now, during that time, this was a thriving neighborhood, and then came the urban renewal projects beginning in the 1950s that actually started the deterioration of the neighborhood, which eventually led to its economic decline. And most prominently was the construction of the interstate highways, I-20 and I-75-85 downtown connectors in the 1950s and 60s, and the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium in 1965. You see there's a Publix there to your left. There's a Piedmont Medical Facility there. And you had the Summerhill riots of 1966 that further accelerated the decline during the 70s and 80s. And then there was the construction of Turner Field in 1996, and you see there in the distance on your right hand side, it has been transformed to Georgia State's football arena. Is currently used as. And as a result of the urban renewal projects, homes and businesses were destroyed. Thousands of people were displaced by these projects, and then there was social unrest because of the riots. They did not want their neighborhoods to be destroyed. So there were the riots of 1966. And what was left in the wake was a diminished population, a smaller, denser, and less cohesive community. The 1996 Olympics was supposed to bring revitalization to the area, but it never really materialized. There were some improvements, but not as promised. Major developments didn't begin until the Braves actually left Atlanta in 2017 and moved to Cobb County. And this area has since been turned into a walkable neighborhood with new restaurants, retail, and housing. And there's a grits and eggs restaurant there. See to your right, part of that complex, apartment complex there. There's a coffee shop there. I believe that's what Kava is. As we make our way down to Georgia Avenue, a major street in its heyday. This new Summerhill is marked by, you have a blend of historic bungalows and new high-priced townhomes, which raise questions about gentrification and the preservation of its deep history here. And hopefully that will be preserved. And in the distance there, you have Georgia State University housing as I pan around here. But the good thing is there's a lot of security in this area. I did notice that. And of course you have the arena there, Georgia State football arena. And I noticed there are quite a few vacant lots. That's the Georgia State housing complex there. And there's still construction going on. This is kind of like in the middle toward the end of the revitalization. I'm sure there's more to come. As you can see, as we walk the streets, there needs to be some paving of the highways. And it actually goes on down Hank Aaron towards Ormond Avenue, Ormond Street or Ormond Avenue, not sure if it's street or avenue, but it goes down another, say, 2 or 3 blocks down. But this is like the heart of Summerhill. And before we go any further down Hank Aaron Drive, we're going to go east down Georgia Avenue toward the Grant Park neighborhood. We're going to stroll down this end of Georgia Avenue and check out more restaurants, shops and residences. There's also a public park a little ways down. And just to give you a little history, in the early days before urban renewal, Georgia Avenue was the main retail street serving this Summerhill area as well as the surrounding areas. It was a vibrant commercial hub at the heart of the neighborhood that served a racially mixed community of immigrants and African Americans. And there was a range of family-owned businesses, including grocery stores, butcher shops, ice cream shop, and a movie theater. There you see Pasito there. Before the current redevelopment, this street had become known as the Forgotten Place because it had been abandoned. You just had abandoned buildings here. And as you can see, the development is still underway. You have Heroes there. That is a donut sandwich and beer shop. Let's see, what is this? Maggie Murphy's, looks like a hair salon. And here on the corner is Mokka, a Mexican restaurant. And you see displays of Hank Aaron in this area in honor of him, because this is where he played his Major League Baseball with the Braves at the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium just up the street. And he was also active at Turner Field, although he retired from baseball in 1974. So he was well known and well loved in this Summerhill area. All right, let's take a look at some of these shops and restaurants. I see something says iconic. I'm not sure what that is. To my right there, coming up. Let me stay on the opposite side of these trees. Won't get in the way of my camera. Okay, on the left hand side, what does that say? Halfway Crooks Beer. Okay. Craft beer and snacks. I love the chairs on the sidewalk. It reminds me of the country. Like when you live in the country and you go to the town square, you see the chairs there. Some of y'all, I know y'all don't know about that, but that's what it reminds me of. And it looks like we've got an ice cream shop there. Little Tart. Alright. Oh, and there across the street there, adjacent is Little Bear. It sells seasonal dishes, it says, and of course on the left there is upscale Southern cuisine. Southern National is the name of the restaurant. And I see How Crispy. It looks like a sandwich shop, home of the sandwich. You've got your outdoor seating there and the porch or patio. What do we have coming up here? And I'm going to come up on the other side so that you can see what's on this side. Nice area for walking. Nice day for walking. It's a beautiful day. And it looks like this might be a cutoff for the restaurants before we move into the residences. So let me just walk across the street here. And then we'll we'll continue a little ways down. We got Woods Chapel Barbecue. All right. Maypole there. What does Maypole serve? Fast casual, healthy seasonal bowls. Okay. Press shop. All right. This good for all types. Okay. And we're coming up to the end of this block. There on the right is the Southern National Restaurant. And we've pretty much seen the rest of that. I think we'll stop here. All right, so we are continuing east here on Georgia Avenue. It looks like we've gotten past the restaurants, and this looks like more residential. Looks like some condos or apartments there on the right hand side. And we'll just walk down maybe a block or two. There's a vacant lot on the left hand side. Be interesting to see what that becomes. Looks like some condos there. Price from the 600s. We're not going to venture too far. I do see the park coming up there on the right hand side, so we'll just walk a block over there and turn around and go back up to Georgia and Hank Aaron Boulevard and make our way further down Hank Aaron. There's the park there on the right hand side. Oh, those condos go a little deeper back there. I didn't notice that. There's the neighborhood there on the left hand side. And this park is Phoenix Park. One thing about Atlanta, it has a lot of parks. Let me bring this in a little closer so you can see the name of it there. Basketball courts, benches to sit out and chill. Shelter area there. Let's just walk a little further and then we'll turn around. I see a field here. Let's walk down and see what that field is. Is it just green space? Looks like a soccer field. And just a couple of lights down is the Grant Park neighborhood. I saw people out walking their dogs, and just a nice place to walk. And sit out. Yeah, that looks like it's maybe a soccer field. Okay. So we are going to stop here, and we're not going to go all the way down there. This is Phoenix Park. We're going to take a little detour here and check out the homes in the neighborhood. On the right hand side, you see the older homes in the community. And then we have these new townhouses that were constructed in the early 2000s. Now, I understand, I read that the average home price in this area, the new construction, is $500,000 to $700,000, these homes. These are condos here, and we're just going to walk through the neighborhood. I did see one house that was on sale, or one condo that was on sale, and I looked at the price of it, and it's down here on Fraser Street. And what I'm going to do is put it up on the screen, show you a picture of it on the screen. It is at 564 Fraser Street, and it's listed for $445,000. It's a 3-bedroom and 3.5-bath townhouse. Now, I don't know if that's a typo or not, but 1,600 square feet doesn't seem like it's big enough to have 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, and a half bathroom. Maybe I need to go back and check the floor plan, but that's what it says here, as you see. And we're just going to walk down, and the sign is in the yard, so you'll see it. There's Publix on the left-hand side there. But these are all condos, not condos, but townhouses. And this is Fraser Street. And we're not going to go too far down this street. I just want you to see these homes as part of the revitalization. And one thing about the neighborhood is that you can practically walk wherever you want to go. Everything is very convenient. I ran into a couple of gentlemen as I was walking. They were on their way from Publix, and one of them told me, here's the house that's for sale here on the right hand side, you see the sign there, and one of them told me that he has been living in this neighborhood since 1974. So his property was not part of the urban renewal, and it's his family home, he said, from 1974. So that's good, and he really likes this neighborhood. We're just going to go to the end of this block and stop. We are back here at the main intersection, and We're going to continue down Hank Aaron Drive. As you can see there on your right is Georgia State Center Park Football Stadium. And let's talk about Georgia State's presence here in Summerhill, which is like the centerpiece that's transforming this area into like a downtown college town. It has a very huge presence here. Starting in 2017, the university purchased Turner Field from the Braves, plus more than 65 surrounding acres. And as you know, they converted the baseball field into a football arena and renamed it. It's a huge stadium. In 2022, they built the Georgia State University Convocation Center, and it's further up Hank Aaron Drive closer to I-20. The Convocation Center is a multi-purpose indoor arena that seats 8,000. You have the men's and women's basketball games that are held in the Convocation Center, as well as commencement ceremonies, concerts, and conventions. We see some apartments here on the left-hand side. I believe these are called Bexley Apartments. But getting back to Georgia State, now they are in the process of building a new baseball complex where the former Atlanta Fulton County Stadium was once located. So a large part of the revitalization has transformed this area and anchored Georgia State as an in-town college town, sports and academic complex here. And as I stated, on the left here is Bexley Apartments. As you can see, beautiful complex. And there is a swimming pool there in the middle. You can't see it from the outside. It's on the inside center. And just to give you an idea of the rental prices in this area. Now for the Bexley, the rent ranges from $1,449 for a studio apartment all the way up to over $3,000 for 3 bedrooms. And of course that's per month. So it's not cheap. And then of course right up the street we have the Rent 565 Hank by Windsor. And those apartments range kind of similar, but they're a little bit less expensive, ranging from $1,328 for a studio up to over $2,700 for a 3-bedroom apartment. But yeah, this is a college town area now, with Georgia State having a large presence here. And we're just going to turn around from here. I'm not going to go all the way down, but I just wanted you to see Georgia State's presence in this area. And there you see that large parking lot. I'm going to cross the street here, but I do want you to see the Bexley Apartments. So I'm just going to walk across the street here. They really upscale this area. And from here, I'm going to take you up to the former Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium area, where they're actually constructing the baseball field for Georgia State. And as you know, Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium definitely has some history here in Atlanta. So we'll just walk a little bit further up just so you can see these apartments here at the Bexley. And we'll make our way up to the construction site. We're going to make our way across the street to the site of the old Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium that was home of the Braves baseball team from 1966 to 1996. As I pan around here, you can see the blue parking lot. And we'll just make our way to the old green parking lot where construction is underway to build Georgia State University's new baseball complex. The current Center Pack Stadium down the street was originally Centennial Olympic Stadium that was built for the 1996 Olympics track and field competition. The Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium at this location was demolished in 1997, and the Braves moved into that stadium down the street and converted it into a baseball park and renamed it Turner Field. And that was their home stadium from 1997 to 2016. In 2017, the Braves moved from Turner Field down the street to his current home at Truist Park in Cobb County. I took a tour up there a couple of weeks ago if you want to check out that video. This is the future home of the Georgia State University baseball complex here in Summerhill. Now, there was a tug of war between the Braves and the city as to who would get the iconic bronze statue of Hank Aaron that stood in front of Turner Field. The Braves wanted to take it with them to Truist Park, and the city of Atlanta was like, no, no, no. That statue was paid for by the public and not the Braves. And Hank Aaron was like, y'all duke it out. I'm not taking any sides. Long story short, the city won, and the statue remains out front here at Center Park Stadium. And the city has given Georgia State approval to relocate Hank Aaron's statue to the entrance of their new baseball stadium once it's finished, and is scheduled to be completed this fall. So that will bring it full circle back to the location where it was originally installed. And the Braves did go on and build a new 9-foot bronze statue of Hank Aaron in their facility, Monument Garden at Truist Park. And they also display the baseball and the bat from his 715th home run. And if you look close here, you'll see the statue out front. There it is, under that tiger face, panther face. It's kind of out in the, it looks like it's kind of out in the parking lot. You see it there. It's kind of hard to see because of the color and the light, but there's the statue. And when they move into the baseball stadium, they are going to take it with them. On the right here you see, it's called Yugo Atlanta Summerhill, and it's a large housing complex designed for students attending Georgia State University and nearby colleges. And next to it is the Windsor apartment complex. Okay, so that is going to wrap up our tour of the new revitalized in progress Summerhill neighborhood, a vibrant community that is thriving with retail shops and restaurants and new residents. I do hope that you have enjoyed our little outing as much as I have, and I will be back again next week with another video. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Take care and have a great week. Bye-bye now.